So today I want to talk about why you should consider writing down a lot of your thoughts that are coming and rushing through your brain every day. So for me, it helped like tremendously writing down my thoughts. Not only my thoughts, my current thoughts, my thoughts about like how I'm thinking about self improvement, how I'm thinking about my mentors, my parents, my family, my current generation, but also about my older life, my life from the past, for example. So I wrote down everything that I could like remember from my like from my memories that I just came up by thinking about it when I was walking down the street, when I was doing walks or was jogging, for example. Then I usually try to think about my own experiences, and then I come home and then I like rushing all of the thoughts that I've like accumulated into my brain and writing them down. So by writing them down, I to get the chance to re-experience those memories. By writing down, I get a deeper insight of how I'm feeling towards a specific topic, and those insights. This is the essence of the of this video. This is what I'm advising you to do the same. This is why I'm advising it to you. So a lot of people are recommending to do just journaling in the evening, for example. But I would also recommend you to do a short kind of book or with some short stories that I've come up. If you see your own experiences in terms of own stories, in terms of own little like only in terms of like important historic moments, for example, you also value yourself a little bit more. We also in our children life we only watched we begin our lives by just watching YouTube, by just watching people in the like just watching random animations about people that are living lives that seem to be so interesting, seem to be so magical. And then we, because our own lives were so boring, our own lives were like, we crave this kind of magic, we crave this kind of thing where we can break out of our own limited body. And if you create kind of stories about your own life where you don't try to like push yourself into an like into writing a super story with magical happenings and science fiction stories, for example. This is completely false. I'm only trying to you only should try to make up a little story so you can like read it through in the future, and you have a kind of and you can enjoy reading your own writings through a little bit more. Um, and you create this kind of you create these kind of stories, and by creating these kind of stories you also create a better awareness of yourself. So you're doing this kind of stories, you're setting them after each other. You begin by chapter 1, you begin by, then you go further with chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, and you almost creating like your own little book about your own life. For me, this was super fulfilling. I was so engaged in this kind of process where I'm writing down my own thoughts, where I'm writing down my own experiences, and how I was like thinking towards them. And because I never had the chance to actually tell somebody about my actual thoughts about a specific topic. I always had to push down my own perspective, my own view on the things, because I was convinced and I was told by the society that like everything you have in mind, like that is negatively or like pessimistic about the specific happening, about the specific structure. This is not good. You should like suppress those kind of feelings. You should hardly suppress those. And I suppressed those feelings in my views on the things that happened to me like so drastically that it almost like changes my behavior. That it almost changes my personality, where I limited myself and my own thoughts, where I suppress also my belief to my inner self. So so I was suppressing my own self, and therefore I lacked. Therefore, a lot of energy had like was like gone, because I wasn't like so confident in my own self, and I began to be way more introverted than my older younger self that was so extroverted, for example. But I'm by writing, I'm engaging again with this kind of, with my own child. I'm engaging with my own history. I'm engaging with my own self, with my old self, my young self, and I'm giving him the, like, I'm giving him and I'm mentally giving him some hugs, and I'm giving him love, and I'm saying that the past time was, that it was not his fault, and he just like, yeah. And I was like, and I was actually like able to engage with my older self in a kind of abstract way, and that was like really fulfilling for me, because this way I used this way to heal myself. I used this way to heal my own scars from the past, um, and get a little bit more attention on those bad feelings. Because if you always suppressing this kind of, if you all if you eventually forget about your own past, and the things you had to suppress, and the things you have had to go through, you deny yourself to heal from them. You deny yourself to grow out of them. And therefore writing is perfect, because writing, it helps you engaging with your brain. So it is almost like a productivity hack for your own brain. So for example, I don't only do like short stories or my own book about my past. I also do journaling, of course, but I also do, like, I'm writing down my dreams, for example, and I'm writing down and I'm keeping my letters to other people, because this is how I like. If you keep these kind of memories, if you keep these kind of writings, you almost doing like a picture of your of your mindset from the past. So you could, this is like it's like picturing your inner self. It's a bit really it's a little bit abstract to talk about this, but you're always doing the pictures from the nature, for example, because you want to keep this kind of memory, but you never keep memories of your inner self. And by writing, you can do a snapshot of your inner self from the past, and therefore you have the chance in the future to compare yourself and to like think about how you were and how you developed, and you can show it to other people, so they possibly can understand you better. And this is the main purpose why I'm writing everything down. Because, for example, yeah, imagine yourself having kids, and those kids could actually like read the things down that you have written in the past, that your kids, like, they can relate to you much more, because they now have a chance to talk to your old self. They now have a chance to talk to yourself that was in the same age, with the same problems, with the same kind of mindset back then. Because now you grew out of it. Now you know, okay, this kind of behavior will lead to this kind of thing, and this behavior will lead to this addiction, for example. This behavior will lead to this depression. You know all of this because you have made this kind of trial and error where you've already gone all of these ways. And you want to shout at your kids, and you say, no, this is dumb, you should never do this. But your kids, they are curious. They don't want to limit themselves. They want to explore it themselves. I was this kind of kid. They always wanted to do what nobody has done before. I wanted to do something and learn it on my own without being told from someone else how the product will, like, how this will end. Because I was like, my own experience was, and it's still the same, that everything that someone else has had, like kind of recommendations from other people, these recommendations, they never actually did this, because they only heard that they should avoid it, and they avoided it themselves because they feared it. They feared this kind of failure. They feared this kind of pushing through. They feared this pain. But I love the pain. I'm trying to love the pain. And therefore I'm developing and growing more than these kind of people. They are the slow developer. And therefore I'm recommending to do the same, and recommending to write your thoughts down, to like show them to your kids, show them to yourself in the future. And it gives you so much relief in the one hand, but it also gives you so much possibilities to improve yourselves on the other hand. to engage in yourself more, for example. This is only one example. So for you, you will experience, if you're writing down your thoughts, you will experience it yourself. And if you're writing more, like writing after after you sleep, writing about your dreams, like writing to someone else, like writing a gratification letter for your mom, these are actual steps right now. Like take some notes. You could send a letter to your mom, a gratification letter, or you could write down your dreams in the morning. You should journaling in the evening about your day. You could even write about your past and your past experiences when you were a child. Like these are all actual steps that you can do in the next hour or so. So yeah, the only thing I want to say right now is I'm always trying to be practical. I always trying to improve. Um, I'm talking to my own generation. I'm hoping that you can push through the pain and develop your own, and develop in the way you like to be, and develop into financial and mind freedom. Always push through pain, and don't forget to kind of support myself. If you want to support me, you can look down in the description there. You can like send me some money if you want. Peace.